Welcome students once again into the class of number theory. In the previous video, in the previous 2 or 3 videos, we are doing quadratic reciprocity, or you can say quadratic residues, Legendre symbol, etc. We have proved Gauss lemma. We have proved another theorem in which we have proved that if p is an odd prime and a is an odd integer, then Legendre symbol a by p is equal to minus 1 raised to the power summation j a by p, where j vary from 1 to p minus 1 by 2, etc. And in this video, we will state and prove some more theorems, and especially quadratic reciprocity law. So let us see what the quadratic reciprocity law is and how to prove it. Quadratic reciprocity law says that if p and q are both distinct odd primes, then the Legendre symbol p by q multiplied by the Legendre symbol q by p is equal to minus 1 raised to the power p minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2. This is the statement of the quadratic reciprocity law. And we will use the previous theorem. First I am going to write the statement of the previous one, in which we have proved that a by p Legendre symbol is equal to minus 1 raised to the power sigma box, that means greatest integer function, j a by p, where j vary from 1 to p minus 1 by 2. This we have proved in the previous video. And now I am going to use this theorem. Here p and q are both distinct odd primes, so definitely GCD of p and q is 1, which was the preliminary condition in this theorem, that GCD of a and p should be 1. Now we are having GCD of p and q is 1. First take q as an odd prime and p any odd integer. So what this result will become? This result will give you p by q Legendre symbol is equal to, here q we are using as an odd prime and p we are using as an odd integer in the previous theorem. So what the result we will get? Minus 1 raised to the power sigma j vary from 1 to, now earlier it was p minus 1 by 2, now it is q minus 1 by 2, here q minus 1 by 2, and greatest integer function, that means box of, it was j a by p and now it is j p by q, and now reverse the role of p and q. Take p as an odd prime and q as an odd integer, and you will get the result as q by p Legendre symbol is equal to minus 1 raised to the power summation j vary from 1 to, now p minus 1 by 2, because the role is being reversed, and here we will get j q upon p. So adding these two, multiplying these two, what the result you are going to get? So multiplying these two, I will get, I'm going to write it here, I'm rubbing all the steps, I'm not needing here, p by q Legendre symbol into q by p Legendre symbol, the multiplication of these two is equal to minus 1 raised to the power this into minus 1 raised to the power this, so power will be added. So minus 1 raised to the power sigma j p by q, where j vary from 1 to q minus 1 by 2, plus sigma j q by p, where j vary from 1 to p minus 1 by 2. So we are here in this step, and now look at the result what we are to prove, and look at what step we are comparing these two. We are just to prove that the power, that sigma jp by q j vary from 1 to q minus 1 by 2 plus sigma jq by p j vary from 1 to p minus 1 by 2, this is equal to p minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2. This we are just to prove, and proving this the theorem will be completed. So for that consider this set. Consider the set S of all the doublets of all the ordered pairs xy where your x is greater than or equal to 1 but is less than or equal to p minus 1 by 2, and your y is greater than or equal to 1 and is less than or equal to q minus 1 by 2. Now look at this set. So how many members this set will have? First of all, number of elements of S. So you are having p minus 1 by 2 choices for x, and for every choice of y x you are having q minus 1 by 2 choices of y. So by using permutation and combination, the number of elements in the set will be p minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2. This is the number of elements in the set S. Further, one thing is to be noted that this qx cannot be equal to py, because if suppose qx is equal to py, then taking q to the other side you will get x is equal to p upon q y. Since p and q are both distinct primes, they are not divisible by each other, so p is not divisible by q. One thing is sure, neither they are having any common factor. Also, y upon q cannot be integer, because if y is divisible by q, y is less than q minus 1 by 2. So a number less than q cannot be divisible by q, because q is also an odd prime. So that means qx cannot be equal to py, because if qx is py, then this should be an integer, which is not possible. So qx is definitely not equal to py. That means when you will consider this set, either qx will be greater than py or qx will be less than py. So I am going to break this set into two parts. In one part I will take all those pairs for which qx is greater than py, and secondly I am going to take those ordered pairs for which qx is less than py. So this set can be written as, so therefore this S can be broken as the set xy where qx is less than py union the set of ordered pairs xy where qx is greater than py. So I have broken this set S into two parts. Furthermore, the first set I can write it as the ordered pairs xy where your x is less than py by q, definitely greater than or equal to 1, and let me have a bit change, and y is greater than or equal to 1 but is less than or equal to q minus 1 by 2. There is no restriction on y. The restriction is only on x. Union for the other set. For the other set, the ordered pairs xy such that from here your y is less than qx by p, definitely greater than or equal to 1, and there is no restriction on x. So x lies between 1 and x lying between, on the other side, p minus 1 by 2. So the first set, suppose it is S1, the second set, suppose it is S2. So S is equal to S1 union S2, and since in S1 qx is less than py, in S2 qx is greater than py, so no element of S1 and S2 is common. That means they are disjoint sets. If there are two disjoint sets whose union is equal to S, then number of elements of S1 plus number of elements of S2 is equal to number of elements of S. So that means what we are going to get from here is that number of elements of S is equal to number of elements of S1 plus number of elements of S2. Number of elements of S is p minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2. Okay, I am substituting this value here, rubbing from here and substituting it here. P minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2 is equal to Also, I'm rubbing this line further on because I need more space to write. For the set S1, this is your set S1. Your y is less than or equal to, x is less than py by q. So that means this is number of elements is py by q, py by q, and greatest integer part, the integral part, and summation is over y. Summation is over y from 1 to q minus 1 by 2. Similarly, for the set S2, so plus for the set S2, it is sigma. Now qx by p, greatest integer, qx by p, greatest integer, and your x lies between 1 and p minus 1 by 2. We know that sigma fxi, I vary from 1 to k, or sigma fxj, j vary from 1 to k, they're same thing. Because if you change variable here, you have changed the variable outside also. This will give you fx1 plus fx2 plus fx3 and so on fxk. It will also give you the same thing, fx1 plus fx2 plus fx3 and so on fxk. So that what I'm going to use here, I'm going to change the indices. For this set, the summation is over y. I'm changing y to j here and y to j here also. So it will have no change. Similarly, for this summation, I'm changing x to j here. I'm changing x to j here also. Now look at what the right hand side is. Right hand side is nothing but this term what you have obtained in the first step. So p by q Ligandre symbol into q by p Ligandre symbol is equal to minus 1 raised to the power this. But this is equal to p minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2. So that means substituting the value here, you will get directly the result of the theorem, that is p by 2, p by q into q by p Ligandre symbols is equal to minus 1 raised to the power, and now I'm substituting the value here, p minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2. So we have proved the quadratic reciprocity law. One more thing, if you multiply both sides of this quadratic reciprocity law by Ligandre symbol q by p, multiply by this. So what you will get, on the left hand side you will get a square here, on the right hand side you will get q by p by multiplying by Ligandre symbol q by p. Okay. Now what is q by p Ligandre symbol square? The Ligandre symbol q by p can assume only two values, either 1 or minus 1. So whether it is 1 or minus 1, the square will be equal to 1. So this term will be equal to 1, and you will get p by q Ligandre symbol is equal to minus 1 raised to the power p minus 1 by 2 into q minus 1 by 2 Ligandre symbol q by p. Another thing, if any one of p or q is of the form, suppose p, anyone, I'm saying anyone, that means p can be, it can be q also. Suppose p is congruent to 1 modulo 4. That means what I want to say, that one of the numbers p and q is of the form 4k plus 1. Then what will happen, your p will be equal to 4k plus 1, and substituting p here, 4k plus 1, this 1 will be cancelled. This q minus 1 by 2 is an integer because q is odd prime. Odd prime minus 1 is even divided by 2 is an integer. And this is also even. Even number into integer is even. So whole this portion will be equal to 1. Minus 1 raised to the power even number will be 1. And what you will get? You will get p by q Ligandre symbol is equal to q by p Ligandre symbol. It is when either p or q is of the form 4k plus 1. That means one of the numbers will give you remainder 1 when divided by 4. So I am once again writing the statement p minus 1 by 2, q minus 1 by 2, and look at the other case. If your p is congruent to 3 modulo 4 as well as q is congruent to 3 modulo 4, then when you will substitute the value of p is equal to 4k plus 3 or q is equal to 4k plus 3 here, both of these numbers will be odd. odd into odd is odd, so minus 1 raised to the power odd will become minus 1, and in that case your P by Q Legendre symbol will be equal to minus Q by P. So there are two things. If one of P or Q is when divided by 4 gives remainder 1, then P by Q Legendre symbol is equal to the Legendre symbol Q by P. And if both are of the form 4K plus 3, then Legendre symbol P by Q is equal to negative of the Legendre symbol Q by P. So this is some applications of this quadratic reciprocity law. So I am going to end this video here. In the next video, we will have Jacobi symbol, Jacobi quadratic reciprocity law and its application. Till then, thank you. Thank you once again.